Hello, it is Connie, your realtor of WeSellDMVHomes.com, coming to you today to speak specifically to my homeowners, my potential sellers, those of you who are considering putting your house on the market. While there is a whole host of things that go into listing and getting your house sold, I have some systems in place. And I have my top 5 things that I feel need to be done to get your home sold in a reasonable amount of time. Now, I'm so confident in my systems that I have a guarantee. I will sell your house in 30 days, or I guarantee you $1,000, meaning I will pay you $1,000 of my own money if we don't get your house sold in 30 days. Now, the reason I'm so confident in that is because of these systems. And I just want to talk to you a little bit about the top 5 things I feel must be done in order to get your house sold in that time frame, 30 to 45 days. So let's start what I feel is the most important one, which is also, it can be the hardest one when it comes to working with sellers. And that is pricing your house correctly. Putting the house on the market for the correct price. Now, what I find is homeowners are putting their house on the market and they want to price it with their heartstrings. You're emotional. This was your first house. Your baby took their first steps in this house. Maybe it was your mother's house. I get it. You know, you laid the floor with your own hands and you think your house is worth everything. And I totally understand. But you have to put yourself in the buyer's shoes. The potential buyers are looking to get a good deal. Not saying your house has to be priced rock bottom, but it does need to be priced correctly based on a few things. The first one being comparables. We look at what houses have sold in your neighborhood in the last 30 to 60 days, no more than 90. We want to stay in the market trends. You know, the market changes rapidly sometimes. So we're looking at homes that have actually sold in your neighborhood that are comparable to yours as far as square footage, bedroom size, if you have a basement or not, the whole thing. So we're looking at these comparables and we're determining, about what houses should be priced at. Now, I have a lot of people give me a call and say, I live at 123 Main. I have a 3-bedroom house in good condition. What can I get for it? Well, I can tell you what the comps are, but in order for me to really give you a good feel on what your house should probably be priced at on the market, I need to come take a look at it, because the second thing we look at is condition. I can't tell that over the phone. I need to come out and see if your house is in need of a lot of repairs, it doesn't show well, and what your plans are to do with it, or if it shows very well, it's in pristine condition and everything is updated. That makes a difference in pricing, and it's very important. The third one is location. We talked about neighborhood, but those of you that know DC, for example, know that we could be on one street and we're in Northeast, and we could go a half a mile up the block, turn the corner, and now we're in Northwest. And those houses are selling for considerably more or less, depending on where it is. So location is important, the exact proximity of your property. So that's my number one, pricing. We have to price the house correctly. My number 2 would be access. I cannot tell you how many sellers say to me they don't want a lockbox on the door. They want to be home every time someone comes, and they're only home Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. Very difficult. You know, it's not convenient for everybody. It's not even convenient for the realtor all the time. So what happens is, while we're waiting to get in your house between 5 and 7 p.m. or whenever you get home, they saw a house at 2 p.m. They wrote an offer, and now your house is still on the market. They're not even interested anymore. They've scratched it off the list. So being able to get in, having a lockbox on the door is very important. Most of the time we put an electronic lockbox on the front door. Everybody who's coming in and out is a licensed realtor. Their information has been recorded. We can see exactly when they come in, when they go out. We have their broker information. We know everything about it. So it's important. And if you have valuables and that's why you don't want people in, I always suggest to just, store them somewhere else while you're trying to sell your house, but allow people to get in and out easily. Now, if you're still living in the property, and let's say you're not working and you're home during the day, or you have a grown son that lives in the basement, whatever the case may be, When a realtor comes in to show your property, again, give them easy access. Go sit at the kitchen table, have yourself a cup of tea, and let me do my job. I can show them this great space. I can describe the home to them. I appreciate your input, and I know you have a lot to say, but you don't want to put pressure on the buyers. You don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. They feel rushed. They don't want to ask me any questions. They may feel like it may insult you. And, it's just an uncomfortable experience. So easy access to the property, getting in, moving around freely would be my number 2. Number 3, which is important, is marketing. Again, you want to expose your property, and I have those sellers that say to me, I don't want a sign in my yard. I don't want any open houses. The more your house is exposed, the more traffic, and the faster you are to find a buyer, a potential buyer. Now, you don't want a sign in your yard for whatever reason. Just know that there are people who have been looking in your neighborhood that have family members and co-workers that ride past, or maybe they're out riding around on a Saturday. They haven't looked on the internet. They're not working with the realtor that can tell them it's on the market, but they saw that sign in the yard and they know your house is for sale. Now they're interested. They've been looking there for a year. They're ready to write an offer. So allow me to do my job once again and to market your property effectively. Give me the permission that I need to put it online and in the other places that it's needed. Put the sign in the yard, have the open houses, expose your property so you can get it sold. Now, the next one would be, the overall showing of the house. Number 4, which would be, again, condition of the property and how it's showing. Now, I'm not saying you have to get a professional stager. You don't. But you want your house to be tidy. You want it to be clutter-free. You want people to be able to envision their own furniture in this house. You want them to be able to move from room to room without bumping into stuff and having a hard time. You want everything to flow. Those 12 pictures that you have coming down the hallway of Jimmy from the time he was born all the way through the 12th grade, maybe just put one nice picture up there for us to see of him, and declutter the property. The same thing with the outside. You don't need 3 grills on your deck. You don't need that old furniture on your deck. You don't need those rusty bikes in the backyard. People want to envision their own house parties, and they can't do it in this space. You'd be surprised at what stays with people. You'd be surprised at how many buyers say to me, I've seen enough. I'm ready to go. They just have an icky feeling. They can't envision being in that space, even though you're taking some of this stuff with you. And I will try to say, just envision all of this stuff gone. Just try to picture. A lot of buyers just have a hard time doing that. So do it for them and tidy up and make it so that it flows. Same thing with outside. You don't have to get a professional landscaper, but clean your flower beds and make it so that your walkways are clean and clear and easy to get up to. So many buyers fall in love with a house before they even take the first step in. Curb appeal is very important. Okay, so my last tip, number 5, would be minor repairs. So, your doorbell isn't working, hasn't worked in a while. You know that the sink in the bathroom is leaking. You need to cover the outlets. These are very inexpensive things you can do. Touch up paint, replacing a broke tile in the bathroom. Go over your house room by room and see to it that all the minor repairs, the little stuff that people will notice when they're walking through, are appealing. When you have an outlet that isn't covered and people see it, again, it's a turn off. There are little things that you can do to make it an enjoyable experience and more appealing to a potential buyer who may eventually want to write an offer. Same thing with the outside. Make sure your gutters and downspouts are in good condition. If you have broken shingles, get that fixed. Make sure that those torn screens have been replaced. Again, very cheap, ineffective things that you can do to get your house ready. Now, again, I have a whole list of things that go into me selling your house, getting it done in a timely manner. I guarantee to get it sold in 30 days, or I will give you $1,000 of my own money. I can be reached anytime at 240-545-5353. Or if you're interested in seeing what's going on in the market and just want to take a look to see what's out there, please visit my website, WeSellDMVHomes.com. That's We Sell, D for DC, M for Maryland, V for Virginia, homes.com, all lowercase, no spaces. And you will find my blog there with more information on what to do when selling your home. You can also email me. But if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments section. It may be a question that someone else has. I enjoy your inbox questions and your text and all that other good stuff. But I will respond right here under the post. So again, thanks for joining me, and I look forward to talking to you soon.